Was it a leaked trailer or wasn't it a leaked trailer? Well, Marvel have answered all of our questions and they have released the official Spider-Man No Way Home trailer for us all to see. My name is Rich Gittins and this is It's All Geek to Me's trailer review. Introducing Mr. Chris Lumb.
Hello.
Hey, Lummy, how you doing? You all right?
All right. Back again after last night. With
How exciting. What an exciting morning, man. But we probably shouldn't say anything else because let's bring out Webby because I know he was very excited too. Hello, Nathan Webb. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Got my glasses on so I can give this a proper...
I mean, you're such a Spider-Man fan that you changed your surname to Webb. I mean, that's some dedication right there. Spidey.
That's it. That's all you need when you're in the playground, when you're deciding on who's going to be what's your hero. Well, yeah, I've got to be Spidey. It's as simple as that.
That's my last name, of course. So last night on the show, we were discussing whether the leaked trailer was official or not. And it was kind of difficult to tell because it was really grainy footage. It was kind of footage on top of footage, and we didn't want to kind of give it any sort of any light on our show, any weight on our show, absolutely. But we did think it might have been the real trailer. And this morning,
it's worth mentioning that some of these fake trailers for stuff are really convincing.
Yeah,
they really are getting clever at making them. So you never know.
Peter Rabbit 3.
This was somebody standing over somebody's shoulder, watching them watch the trailer on their phone. It was the weirdest angle, and you couldn't see much. So
no, absolutely. But this morning, sort of kind of it forced Marvel's hand. We woke up this morning, Webby and I think we probably watched it at exactly the same time because we both posted our links to the group chat at pretty much the same time this morning. And
it's been a bit of a paradox, Rich, because I watched the trailer. It made me so excited I needed to poo. So I went and sat on the bog, and while I was sitting on the toilet, I thought, well, I'm going to have to watch the trailer again. Guess what? Made me need to poo again. And I just went like that for about 45 minutes, just rounding a paradox.
Wow. Spider-Man is your laxative, dude. It's your laxative. So we're all excited. We're not the sort of show that's going to pretend that we haven't seen the trailer before. We're not one of those reaction shows where we're all going to sit here and go, oh my God! But
I've never seen this before.
This is literally brand new to me.
I have never watched this.
It would be weird if we all donned American accents just for the purposes of watching trailers. So, should we? With American accents?
Yeah.
Right. So we have all seen this trailer before, and should we just get into it? Should we just watch this trailer?
You know what, man? As full disclosure, we do intend to, at one point when the stars align, we will review a trailer together for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we get the chance. But while they keep releasing stuff on a Tuesday, the day after our show, it's not
That's very true, actually. They did the same with Ghostbusters, didn't they? It's exactly the same.
Film studios, give us a break.
Yeah, give us the heads up. At least just drop us a little heads up in our emails or something.
Monday night at 8 o'clock, and then we'll be fine.
That'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? That would be wonderful. Well, we are going to go through the trailer bit by bit. We don't want to get any strikes, but let's get into this trailer. Let's go.
That was really good.
Look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day?
So, I was just wondering there, is that a case of... So we've seen a lot in Spider-Man problems. We've seen where it's him and MJ lying on a web, looking up at the stars. It's very similar kind of tropes there with that opening sequence. It's obviously right after we're picking up right after the last film where it was revealed who Spider-Man actually is. What do we think about the opening there to that?
Well, first of all, I've got to say, how short are people's attention span that you need a teaser of the trailer before the fucking trailer starts? They do it all the time, this.
That's very true.
They start subtitling trailers as well. I've never noticed
that is a weird one, isn't it? It is a strange one. It is a strange one.
As for what's going on here, I mean, I think clearly this trailer so far to me, it sort of shows that they're trying to keep their relationship together despite the adversity of everybody knowing not only that he is Spider-Man, but that everybody in Peter Parker's life is now affected by that decision.
Yeah.
So can they continue a relationship? Is it going to be possible? But I think that's quite a funny little touch with the is he going to control women? It's the media, the tabloids speculating over Spider-Man's true powers.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And
I've got a theory that Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Oh, wow. Holy shit. You're spoiler man. And also, I like the fact that she's reading the New York Post there, I think it was that she was reading. And it's not the Daily Bugle. I like the fact that they set up Jonah Jameson and Daily Bugle to be more like an Alex Jones sort of publication in the last one. And the fact that it seems to be getting more credence off the back of this revelation that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I like that. It's quite current as well. Should we crack on?
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is, in fact, Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Right. Who's that?
A cop.
Who do you think? I think that is Charlie Cox. I think we've got Daredevil in this. Charlie Cox is going to be this film. I think that is him coming to.
Matt Murdock's going to be Peter Parker's lawyer.
I think he is. Yeah. If Charlie Cox is going to be in the film, why wouldn't they have Matt Murdock in the film?
Don't you think that's a cool little thing for him to do? While we're all speculating over who's going to be in this movie and whether the bad guys from other movies are going to come in, whether other Spider-Men are going to come in, bloody Daredevil appears. Bring it on.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely.
But again, I'd argue that I wasn't looking for that. That would have been a lovely surprise if I was watching the movie. This is why I'm so conflicted. I want to see this movie. I don't want to see the trailer. I don't want to speculate too much. And I'm ready. I've been waiting for this for 2 years, so come on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean? It feels unfair that I've got to wait till Christmas for this. Same with Ghostbusters.
15th of December. 15th or 17th.
I'd have much more respect for them if they just went, do you know what? Here you go. You've all had a tough year. Just watch it early. Here you go.
That would be nice. You're right. That would be nice. Let's crack on. See what else.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows you don't.
What do you think? Do you think that's foreshadowing from Mephisto there at all, or do you think that's just?
I mean, maybe a really poor Daredevil reference again.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Maybe so.
I don't know. I like that Peter Parker's friend's gone for the old fanny party look though.
Yeah, and also I think we're might see Flash in a second. Not the Flash. Flash, the guy, the big Spider-Man fan who hates Peter Parker, but I think he's dyed his hair blonde, which in the comic books his hair was blonde anyway. But let's have a look.
Don't really have to hide or lie
Just
to
there.
people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you.
I don't know.
But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me.
Right. Lots of theories about this. Is this going to be the police coming in to arrest Peter Parker? Is this going to be a villain? Or is this going to be one of the other Spider-Men coming into the apartment? Is it going to be Tobey Maguire potentially coming into the apartment?
It's going to be Favreau. Not joking. He's going to come in and go.
Happy. Say, get off my bird, Parker. Who knows? Maybe it's the future incest police stopping them making a hideous mistake.
Dude, right, moving on. Let's go.
This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
Right, why do you think it's snowing in there? That's coming off the back of the Hulk crashing through the roof and it's just not been fixed, or do you think that's part of some sort of bigger narrative going on?
Well, it looks like they're moving out there, basically. They're moving out of the place.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I don't know. It could be anything. But what's interesting to me is why is Benedict Cumberbatch suddenly wearing a wig to play Doctor Strange? Did he shave his head for another role? Have you seen it? It's a really
I haven't noticed that at all. Actually,
yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a hairpiece. And I'm not sure why. It looks weird. It looks like his hairline's a couple of inches further forward than it is in any other film. It's just a strange one.
So we're obviously seeing that
Doctor Strange.
The Peter Parker's coming to try and kind of plead for help here to see if he can undo what has just happened, so that people can stop knowing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
The first time round where you've paused it, I didn't notice he's wearing a black Spider-Man suit in the first.
Yeah.
I mean, how many bloody suits is this kid going to have in this movie? Because according to the toys that are being released and
There's quite a few, aren't there?
Implication is going to have a multiverse black and gold suit from the multiverse and all the Spider-Man suits that Iron Man's given him. It's it's going to be a lot of costume changes.
It's going to need a bigger wardrobe.
It's going to
like the Jaws line. I bet that line's in it. You're going to need a bigger closet. Bet you.
You know what? It's just probably like it's more like a Mariah Carey concert than a Spider-Man movie with all.
It's a costume changes.
Let's crack on. Menace.
Let's crack on.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't.
So do you think Wong is going into the Legend of the Ten Rings at that point?
Yeah.
Possibly. But what I'm finding interesting is, Stephen Strange is supposed to be Doctor Strange for a reason, right? He's almost as powerful as the Sorcerer Supreme, and that's why his calling to the arcane side of things exists.
Yeah.
That's why he is who he is.
Because the Ancient One and all that,
So with I can't remember his name. What's his name? The guy who's going through the tunnel.
Wong.
When he's saying to him, "Don't do the spell," and he does it anyway and gives a wink. Does he know he's about to make a mistake, or does he already know, like you envisioned the 14 million different ways? Does he already know that everything's going to work out? What's he playing at?
Well,
my point, like, why?
He's already seen a vision of the multiverse, hasn't he? He's already seen that when he was talking to the Ancient One. He and the same as I think Loki did as well. And I think that's potentially going to play into Wanda at some point. And I think we're potentially going to end up having a Doctor Strange and Wanda sort of face-off. But I think that I think that scene plays into...
No. I think that's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie.
I agree. No, I don't. I don't mean in this film.
Oh, right, that is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where you're going to see the power from...
yeah, exactly. But I think that's sort of where that kind of comes from. But I think that moment that you're talking about there is just character work for Stephen Strange. It just shows his kind of arrogance. I don't think he is I don't think he's the all-powerful that he's destined to be yet.
Or that wink, right at the end, is basically like, for me, is the bit in Endgame where he asks Iron Man to trust him. This is the only way forward.
Yeah.
That wink is kind of that, it'll be all right, I hope.
Yeah.
Even if it goes wrong, it's got to go wrong before it can go properly right. But what he should have done, in my opinion, is what the genie does in Aladdin, where he says, well, we can't really do stuff like that. You're just going to have to live with it. We can't bring people back from the dead. Can't make people fall in love. You should just say, look, that's a decision you've made. You've got to stick to it. There's got to be a cosmic reason, in my opinion, for a sorcerer like Doctor Strange to facilitate this request.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just a whim of a kid. Like, why would you listen?
Yeah.
There has to be a reason for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to open up the multiverse. Maybe that's the...
Maybe so, yeah. Maybe
the fact that he's seen this vision earlier on in the earlier films, maybe there's a curiosity there.
Or maybe this is part of the reality he had to make. Maybe this is part of the deal.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. Maybe he's seen this. Let's crack on.
Maybe he's seen the merchandising rights. The merchandise verse has got to open it up for more crossover characters.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's crack on. Let's go.
The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really stop talking. just happened.
Wow. So, I mean, we'll get into it just after we've seen the trailer, but there's lots of suggestions that the source material for this film come from 2 Spider-Man comic books, Happy Birthday and is it One Last Day? And that kind of involves him and One More Day. It involves him and Doctor Strange kind of fucking shit up a little bit and having to kind of go back and correct everything. And the fact that he gets it's basically, it means that he ends up going and having to make a plea to Mephisto to undo everything and to bring back Aunt May, because Aunt May's died. And Mephisto says, yeah, you can, but under one condition. It means that you'll never be able to marry MJ. And so he accepts the pact on that basis. It kind of upset a lot of the Spider-Man fans. It kind of broke the MCU at the time. So the fact that they're combining these 2 stories suggests that they're trying to correct mistakes they made.
But is that really a deal breaker? Okay, we can have all this awesome stuff, but you're not allowed to marry the girl. He's only 16. Is he really thinking about marrying this girl right now?
It's a good point.
He's probably thinking, yeah, all right, deal. I'll go sow my wild oats. Who cares?
Let's crack our seat.
Dump her anyway.
Oh my god! All right, let's see what's cracking on.
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. The problem is you trying to live 2 different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Right, what was that coming up behind him there? There's people that are guessing that it's the Lizard, but other people are thinking that it's going to be Venom.
What, this?
Just behind him. No, just a moment ago. Just we'll come back.
Are we gonna?
Different lives.
But just stop. I'll go back. He had something in his hand there as well. He had like a box thing. I don't know what that was.
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, unless we do that at the end, we'll just skim through. Oh, go on.
Let's go.
The problem is you trying to live 2 different lives.
Oh, there.
Yeah, he's got his arms stuck in a magical.
Where did you say about the Lizard then?
The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
There. Behind him. So there's the story that the 6 classic villains, the Sinister Six, are coming back. So that would suggest that this is going to be the Lizard, because let's face it, they made a terrible job of representing the Lizard in the previous in the Spider-Man trilogy before. But there are a lot of people that are wondering whether this is going to be Venom.
They almost did it. They set up Dr. Connors, but they never actually showed the process of the Lizard. Now, right, assuming
no, they did. The Lizard was in.
They showed the Lizard, but it wasn't.
Where was it?
It was in one of the. It was in the first Garfield one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
In the darker ones. Yeah.
But in the Tobey Maguire trilogy, they had
Dr. Connors was in it. Yeah.
Never went anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, assuming this movie is considerably less than 5 hours long, right? What I don't want is, here's 5 minutes of Green Goblin, here's 5 minutes of Dr. Octopus, here's 5 minutes of everything you didn't think of. Do you know what I mean? I'd just rather they concentrate. I hope it's not a sort of scattergun approach to this.
What about he does have to fight the Sinister Six in I think it's One More Day. Oh no, sorry, in Happy Birthday he has to fight this all in one go because of this multiverse.
Well, if you've got 6 villains, you've got 3 Spider-Men, so that's 2 villains apiece.
That's a good point. Potentially, that's a good point. Didn't think about that.
If he's got his spider suit on with the 4 golden arms, then that's 4 more arms.
And that's 4 plus 2 arms is 6 arms, Webb. You're right.
Exactly. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Maths in my strong
That's it. That's it. We've solved Spider-Man.
We don't need to watch it now.
Right. Let's see what else happens.
Right, pause there. Pause. Right.
Pumpkin bomb.
Is that William Dafoe's pumpkin bomb? Though?
Yes, that absolutely is.
And his voice.
Yes, that is his voice. That is his pumpkin bomb. That is definitely going to be him.
So right. So my theory is you're going to have 2 of the villains out of each movie, then, aren't you?
So you've got You've got Doc
Jamie
Ock.
Foxx is really heavily rumoured to be in it.
Electro, yeah.
Doc Ock and William Dafoe's Green Goblin, they're out of the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah.
So then you've got Jamie Foxx, we know about that already, as Electro.
But wasn't he in the Tobey Maguire one as well?
Allegedly, you've got the Vulture and Mysterio.
And they're the two out of the thing. So you need one more out of the Andrew Garfield.
The lizard. Yeah.
Or Sandman or something,
Yeah.
We've done it. We've got it.
But also, the thing with the multiverse, it allows them to be able to change the villains or the characters ever so slightly so that the original material that from the films they're from still stands. That's the kind of beauty of it. And we found that with Loki when they were talking about the variants.
Do you reckon they're going to stay in this version of New York, or they're going to go to one of the other versions? Are they coming into this one, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think they might. Although but then we see the city fold in on itself, don't we? Which I love that effect. Yeah. So I don't know.
And are we going to see the other MJ? What's her face? Are we going to see any of the other characters? Any of the other? I mean, you can't see.
It depends, man. Because if you're talking about where the Spider-Man 2 ends, like with Doctor Octopus going into the river, then that ends in, I think, about 2000. So what's going on with the timeline?
Well, that's true,
I mean?
but we've actually had this where Molina did say that the movie will pick up Doc Ock's story from that moment in the Hudson River. So, yeah. How does that work with time? That's interesting. Well, there's going to be things that we're not going to be able to solve from the trailers, aren't there? And these are going to be the details that we pick up when we watch.
And that's what I'm quite glad about.
Yeah. There's intricacies that we're not going to be able to.
Oh, there'll be another trailer full of spoilers before.
I enjoy this film, though. Do you know what I mean? I've had enough trailers. I want to enjoy this film.
Let's see what else we've got.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Hello, Peter.
How does he know he's Peter?
Well, it's either he's talking to the other Peter and just edited it together.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what. Do you guys?
Does anybody know who the voice was that was saying, "Be careful what you wish for"?
That's Willem Dafoe.
No, it was Doctor Strange, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell.
Oh no, that might have been Doctor Strange. Actually, that might have been Doctor Strange. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, there is also a theory that nobody's actually thought about here. Is maybe the reason Doctor Strange made this spell a thing is because it ain't Doctor Strange. It's Mephisto in disguise who's setting him up.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's
crazy. If Mephisto is a part of this, maybe it's all a setup because he's made that ridiculous request for a spell to sort out a teenager's life. He's made that happen. I mean, and I just said earlier, why would he do that? Unless it had repercussions for the cosmos or the universe and the things that Doctor Strange is into. Why would he just, help out this kid?
Can I just stop things a second just to say a very big welcome to Law Club? Because what I'm going to say, let's just remove the stream. Because you're in school, lol, and watching us from your class. Welcome. There's a special shout out to you. But do some work. Do some work. Come on.
Get yourself in detention.
Whether they are working if they're on Twitch. It's from Twitch, that, isn't it?
It is from Twitch. Well, welcome, Law Club. Thank you very, very much. Let's crack on. We've only got a couple of seconds left.
Oh, that was best bit.
So, December the 17th.
Too long to wait. Forget it. And then they're advertising all Sony PlayStation 5s on everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is it Sony by any chance that's made this movie?
Yeah. You can't even get a PlayStation 5, can you? Why are they advertising?
No, not at the moment.
Yeah. And even when you do, there's bugger all to play on it. So what's the point?
I mean, they're just rubbing salt in the wound by going, you can't watch this film yet, and also you can't get one of these PlayStations.
So here are the covers for the two comics that people are suggesting that the source material has been heavily taken from. So here we've got Happy Birthday. It's one where he ends up fighting the six villains. And also this is the one that caused a lot of anger within the Spider-Man sort of fan base, because it kind of screwed a lot of things up for the MCU.
Just go back to that other one.
It's funny
Which
you
one?
use that term, though.
Go on.
It caused a lot of anger. Like, I really like the idea of these angry geeks that are like, oh, this is making me so angry. I'm definitely not going to buy the rest of these comics every week for the next 25 years. I'm not going to see the next Star Wars. You are.
They've got us.
They've
got us.
That's why you should never say you're not going to go watch something, because they will.
Yeah.
They always say, "I'm not going to watch the next Star Wars." They're fronting first.
I think people are addicted to being disappointed as well, though, aren't they? You know what I mean? They kind of want to be let down so they can prove that their ideas were better and I was right and I'm.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have a bit of a balance, haven't you? Some channels that you do watch, everything they say is just negative.
Really negative. Exactly. They're really excited when the trailer comes out. It's the tall poppy effect, isn't it? It's like we big it up, and then we can't big it up anymore. We cut it down, and then that gets us extra clicks all the time. Yeah. We're all about being honest.
It's literally the mantra of the tabloids, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The tall poppy
Spidey fans!
Oh, we've missed you, Stanley. So, Lummy, you want to see the cover?
Yeah, I'm just looking at who the Sinister Six actually are. It's Lizard.
The Sinister Six, Vulture, Lizard, Sandman, Craven.
It's not Sandman, is it? I thought.
We see Sandman in that trailer, though, don't we? We see that huge.
Do we?
Yeah.
They keep changing the Sinister Six.
So you see, Rhino's there as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and Venom never used to be in the Sinister Six.
So who's in the Sinister Six?
Like the original six.
Well, I think it's going to be
guys that Stan Lee created.
Does LOL Club know? LOL Club, are you watching?
Law Club, do you know who the Sinister Six are going to be in this film? I'm assuming it's going to be Sandman, Electro, Lizard, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and who was the sixth that we said?
It better not be Venom, because he's not in it.
Won't be
bullshit. Venom. Call him bullshit.
Well, it was if it isn't. It's either going to be the Lizard or Venom, so they're going to be one or the other.
It's not going to be Venom. They won't do that yet.
I don't think they'll do it yet, because the director of Venom has said that they are coming towards a film where Spider-Man and Venom will meet and face off. But I don't think that's going to be this film, because basically, as far as I can tell, Tom Holland's now. This is going to be the last MCU Marvel Spider-Man film. And then Sony are going to run with the whole multiverse thing. And I think they're going to be taking Tom Holland as well as their Spider-Man. Right. So if that's the case, they will have Venom and Tom Holland face off.
They're going to shoehorn Spider-Man into the next Venom film, I reckon. Even for 2 seconds. They're going to link him. Yeah. They have to link him somehow. However, the original Sinister Six, the problem with that, in accordance with this film, is that one of the characters has never been introduced in this version of the universe. So unless they're going to introduce the Craven the Hunter, they cannot have the original Sinister Six. They can replace Craven the Hunter with another character, because that's what they can do whatever they want. But the original Sinister Six lineup is Dr. Octopus, Vulture, Electro, Mysterio, Sandman, and Craven.
Right.
All right.
All of those people
no
have
Lizard
appeared in recent Spider-Man films within the past 25 years, apart from Craven the Hunter.
All right, so no Lizard there.
No, not in the original.
But if they are going to be bringing back two from each of the Spider-Men, then that does make sense, though.
Yeah.
I think
they'll do that.
It does change.
So that will be Lizard, Sandman, Doc Ock, Green Goblin. Who are the other two?
I don't think they'll bring Sandman back.
I think we see him. Let me just try and find. There's a moment where a load of sand erupts up. I think it might be around. Is it around there?
Dangerous it becomes.
I think you just passed it.
I've just passed it.
It looked like a bit of lightning striking a dusty cloud. So I mean, the thing is, they made that character a bit weird because he was a bad guy, but you had to have a lot of sympathy for him because you learned his backstory. You learned Sandman's backstory, and it was all sad about his kids and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know whether it was an effective enough bad guy to stick back in a movie or not. People remember Electro, they remember Dr. Octopus, they remember the Green Goblin. You know, and that's what this is all about, isn't it? Is that giving equal billing to a superhero and the bad guys. So, for example, it started with the Joker in Batman. The Joker got paid more. You know what I mean? It was Jack Nicholson. It was a big deal.
He got that top billing over Keaton as well, didn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So that's become a thing that if you have a bad guy that's as strong, figuratively speaking, as the main character that people want to see just as much of, you can have your own entire movie. Morbius, Venom, you know what I mean? They're all coming out. So, you know, effectively, you can take a character like Dr. Octopus, you could do an entire movie that's about him and just stick Spider-Man in it for 2 minutes. You know?
Either way, I think this film looks way better than the second one. I mean, the second one's all right. I was disappointed by it as a sequel. I adored the first one, but this one has got me really, really excited for the franchise again.
All the second movie, everything was right about it. All the performances were great. All the people in it were great. It was just something lacking in the story. It felt like there was something missing. It felt a little bit cheated.
It just seemed like that classic sequel. Let's do this, but let's go on holiday and do it. You know, it was that
like Mr. Bean's holiday,
like Mr. Bean's or In-Betweeners or something like that. You know what I mean? It's that, kind of. It's a shame because a little bit lazy. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because you've
really
only just
exciting.
seen Spider-Man messing about in New York a little bit in this one movie.
Yeah.
And I don't count the previous movies. Like, I want to see this new Spider-Man doing new things in New York. I wasn't done with that yet, and yet I'm now seeing him in France and Belgium and bloody wherever.
I also like the fact that our most beloved superhero in many, many ways is the one that people are most scared of within the universe, like the general public. He's the one that wears a mask. No one knows who he is, you know, and people think he's some sort of criminal. He's painted out to be some sort of bad guy. I know Batman to a certain extent as well in the DC universe, but you just can't ever see Spider-Man. And I know there are editions where he does go bad, but you can't really see this Spider-Man going bad, can you? He just seems like such a lovely bloke. Peter Parker seems like such a really nice human being.
And the thing is, the casting they choose for Spider-Man makes it so that if you do turn him evil, you get that Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3 effect, where it just doesn't look believable.
No,
you're right. It's cheesy and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think Tom Holland, as great as he is, I don't think he could pull that kind of move off.
No.
But just getting back to the trailer itself, if all this bullshit is true and we're going to have Daredevil and Lizard and Venom and blah, 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 I'm sorry, that's too much, man. I don't need all of that and won't take your time, tell the story. I don't need all that. It's already got fucking Doctor Strange in it, for God's sake. It doesn't need all this shit. It doesn't need it. It just needs to be a good movie. And I certainly don't want to see cut down 3-minute sections of all these different characters just to get them in the movie.
I think it's more to get them into the multiverse, isn't it? And then it's going to be where it goes from there. I'm really excited by it. I'm really excited by all these characters coming in, all these beloved villains, and all these, and having Doctor Strange in there, and the potential of having these other Spider-Men in there. I think it's going to be really exciting.
Just like Nathan, what you don't want to do is overcram it, and they do this every time with these Spider-Man films. You know,
the pudding, man.
They do, yeah. As soon as you start, they did it with Batman a little bit, didn't they? Well, a lot. The later Batman films where they end up with 2 or 3 villains in, and it just it's too much. You can't
what if this film ended up? What if this film was a 3-hour film? You know, like some of the Avenger films are good 2 hours 40, 2 hours 50.
Yeah,
if it did have all those characters in it, and it's a good 3 hours long, would that make a difference?
It can be as long as it wants if it's a good film. I'm not.
But you're not against having all. What I'm saying is, you're not against having all those characters in it if their characters are allowed to develop them. Yeah.
But if you think I'm going to sit there and eat a spoonful of eggy pudding, I'm just not going to eat your over-egged pudding. I'll watch it.
You'll be sat there eating egg.
You're going to love it.
Egg.
Give me more delicious pudding.
Eggy pudding.
Eggy pudding.
You won't be using a spoon. You'll have your hands in it.
Yeah, well,
Be deep in it.
In my face.
Well, who'd have thought we would be ending our Spider-Man trailer review talking about eggy pudding? Gentlemen, is there anything else that you would like to discuss or mention about this at all? Anything you're looking forward to? Anything you're worried about besides the fact that it might be overcrammed with
I'm worried about the next trailer. I just leave it. Just bring the film out. Stop dicking around. I don't need a reminder 5 minutes before. I'm already got this like booked in my mind. The date is set in concrete in my mind. The date is coming out. I can wait that long. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need another trailer.
One thing is for sure. Yeah, well, that's the thing. One thing is for sure. We are absolutely blessed with the amount of films that are coming out now. After the last 18 months, everything being delayed and things like that. You know, I mean, the one I'm anxious about is the Indiana Jones one. But we've got Indiana Jones, we've got Ghostbusters 3, we've got Venom, we've got Spider-Man 3. It's just loads of brilliant films coming out in the next few months.
There's still time for that Indiana Jones to come out. The trailer to come out, get us all excited for the film to turn out to be a complete washout.
Of course.
What are your thoughts on the new Bond? Are you bothered about that? Because that's out at end of September, isn't it?
I think I really was interested in it when I heard about it coming out 2.5 years ago and saw that first trailer, and now I'm just like, just stop going on about it and just put it out.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already lost your money. You're never going to make that back, but you will make it back. It's not that big a deal because you will make it back eventually. Do you know what I mean? People seem to think that they need that influx of cinema cash straight away, but it's been proven time after time. Even stuff that's been streamed is still making money. Shut the hell up and enjoy your big pile of money, you greedy studio bastards.
Well, on that bombshell, I think that's a perfect way to end the show this evening. Lummy, is there anything that you want to say before we just head off?
My show tonight, 8 o'clock. I don't get a chance to plug it twice, but yeah.
What's that? Box Office Radio.
Box Office Radio, what's Scott? And it's music from the films of Steve Martin tonight.
Nice. Looking forward to that. Webby, is there anything that you want to add about anything we talked about today? Or are you just happy to end it on greedy studio bastards?
Yeah, well, I'm never going to change my mind about that. I'm not saying allegedly. There's no allegedly involved. You are greedy. Enjoy your money, you son of a bitch.
Well, folks, thank you very, very much for watching this trailer breakdown and review for Spider-Man No Way Home. Thank you very much for watching the show. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and you can find us over on at It's All Geek Twit and come over to our Facebook page. It's All Geek to Me. But for now, for Rich, for Lummy, and for Webby, we'll see you when the next trailer comes out. Goodbye.
Tomorrow.